Jardim competing hard from start to finish, tip to tail. Really, in this case, we see her battling head-to-head against Kovalova earlier on, setting up that around-the-post opportunity. Such a crafty player. There's nothing really Simone can't do. You can see here that counterattack against Matt Wright, one of the best defenders in the game. There's another ATP opportunity. Such great pickleball all day from all the competitors out here. Ben Johns we see finishing the point with that high two-handed backhand put away. Let's take a look right now at who Ben and Simone will be playing. Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova. No strangers to Jardim and Johns. Got a great combination of power pickleball plus being able to soften things up when the time calls for it. Really looking for these players to speed things up. Lucy Kovalova, especially on that backhand side, loves to counterattack with it. That's going to be something we can look forward to in this match, as well as the overhead smash from Mr. Wright. One of the best in the business. We're going to be in for a treat here. Not sure who's going to come out on top. We got great action coming up live here from the Pro Pickleball Association Grand Slam Qualifier here in Mesa, Arizona. As we take a look at the players warming up their serves, returns, and third shots, this is something that you at home can do, whether or not you hit the ball as hard as these four. These first 3 shots are so critical. How you play those first couple shots really influence how the rest of the point unfolds. So these players are going to make sure that they are at 100% when they're hitting these balls. As the players go through the final stages of this warm-up, this is a great time to encourage you to hit that share button.
I'm cold looking at that dude.
We'd love to get it up to 600 tonight on this beautiful Friday night. A little bit of a chilly Friday night here in Mesa. So if you like what you're seeing so far here from the team at Pro Pickleball Media, then hit that share button. Give other people a chance to either see pickleball for the first time or enjoy it even more than they already do. So we're going to have a real treat for a match here tonight.
Pickleball fans, we're here. Look at all this great PPA swag coming out for you fans of pickleball.
All right, as the fans get a few more, some PPA shirts to get ready for the match coming up, and the referees get their final instructions, we're going to introduce my co-commentator, my ride or die partner here for this gold medal mixed doubles match. Man who's no stranger to gold medals himself, including one he got earlier today in the Senior Pro mixed doubles match. Mr. Dave Weinbach is here with us in the broadcast booth. Dave, welcome back again.
Great to be here. We're in for a treat here in this gold medal match. No surprise, we have the 1 seed of Simone and Ben taking on the 2 seed of Lucy and Matt. They met about an hour and a half earlier today, and Matt and Lucy pulled that out to earn a berth in the gold medal. And then, as we just witnessed, Simone and Ben taking out the Newmans in the bronze medal match to force this gold medal match. And here we go, Mark.
All right, we're underway. 0-0-2, Simone Jardim serving 2, Lucy Kovalova. And already the ball has hit the line 3 times.
But who's counting?
Matt Wright gets his first touch, and it's an effective one.
Normally Ben tries to attack that ball back. That's the 5th or 6th one I've seen try to block it back, and he's missed him just about all in the net on that backhand side. I'm going to try to watch, keep an eye on that. That when Matt speeds it up to him, see if he tries to punch it back or just block it.
All right, as we get going into this match here, I want to say hi to a few people who are watching right now. Let's see where we left off. Okay. I want to say hi to Ernesto Fajardo, fellow Canadian watching this right now, as well as Marius Mitrofan. Frank Anthony Davis is watching.
102.
Chris Wolf out of Atlanta is watching, as well as John Sperling. Stephanie Lane, Corinne Carr, a lot of big names in pickleball
the
here
Nashville
watching us.
Queen. Welcome to the Nashville Queen. Wish you guys were here, Steph.
011.
Brandon Swanson is watching, as well as Stacy Townsend. I'm sure she's at home working on her pickleball alphabet project that's going on.
Remember, folks, as you take in this live action, please click on that share button and hit that like button so more people can enjoy this tremendous live action.
All right, if you're just joining us right now, Mark Renison alongside Dave Weinbach here watching this pro mixed doubles gold medal match happening here. It's about 7 o'clock local time.
111.
1-1-1.
You know, that's 2 returns in a row from Johns into the net, and he's looking at his
3.
paddle.
2-1-1.
Like something's wrong with the
That's
paddle.
what I do when I miss a shot, too. Look at the paddle.
Second server.
You know, my phone says it's 63 degrees, but I think the real feel is about 53 right now. We lost our son about a half hour ago. Still a joyous evening here at the Mesa Tennis Center at the inaugural Professional Pickleball Association, the PPA's event here outside of Phoenix, Arizona in Mesa, right at the base of the Superstition Mountains. Just a terrific scenic venue for our first tournament here, Mark.
Yeah, it is a really terrific spot, and not only a beautiful venue for the players to play on, but also top quality team putting it together, the PPA team, all the volunteers, all the referees, the staff that have done this, really make this a great first event for the PPA. Of which you are a member, Dave.
Oh, yes. You know, something that I think you're going to see mostly in this match, Mark, is I think you're going to see a lot of cross-court forehand dink wars with Simone and Lucy, and I have to give a slight edge there to Simone in that particular matchup. If that indeed ends up happening where we get that pattern, we'll see. Last match, Ben Johns really inserted himself very aggressively in that match against the Newmans, and I don't know what percentage of shots he hit versus Simone, but I'm going to say it was close to 80-20. And when you let one of the best players in the world get that many shots, that is going to inhibit your chances of a victory. Yeah, that's a terrific example of not only the tremendously quick hands of Ben, but the powerful hands. I've said this publicly before, Mark. I think Ben Johns has the best combination of quick hands and powerful hands in the entire sport. And you see that guy on the other side of the net, with the blue shirt and white shorts? His name's Matt Wright. I would say he has the second best combination in the entire game of quick hands and power. And right on cue!
There's a nice example of it right there. Matt Wright putting away that high ball on the forehand side. 2-2-2 is the score here. A lot of spin on that return of serve from Wright. Wow.
That's a situation where Ben moved too early.
So is that the read there, is that Lucy sees that move that Ben's going towards?
Yeah, she held the shot as long as she possibly could to see if he was going to commit one way or the other. And he committed middle, and she went behind him. As Matt's commented as he hit it, that was late, meaning the ball got behind him, and he got the ball late. And when that happens, you're almost always going to miss that ball wide to your left when you get it late on your backhand side.
2-2-2. Again, a lot of backspin on that return of serve, making it tougher for Wright and Kovalova to hit the kind of third shot they want.
Oh, you know what? That ball would have gone over, too.
Ben Johns hits the tweener directly into the backside of Simone Jardim. Not quite what he had in mind.
3-2-2.
When that happened, Simone went, ooh! Oh, my gosh. What a stretch by Ben. That ball looked like it was behind him.
That's a good example of that's a good example of the strength of Johns, is being on the reach yet still being so solid to receive that ball with speed.
That was an
and
incredible
be able to send
volley.
it back with control.
Lucy thought she had a winner there. Uh-oh.
That ball nearly catches the line just out wide. If you're just joining us, 570 of you, be sure to hit that share button. We'd love to get this over 600. Mark Renison and Dave Weinbach bringing you the gold medal final between Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova and Simone Jardim, Ben Johns. No strangers to being in the gold medal match, any of them.
4, 3, 1.
One thing to keep an eye on this match, Mark, is right now Matt is kind of letting Lucy play her side, and he's not inserting himself in the match as much as Johns is. So let's see if Matt Wright tries to take over a little bit more and gets a little bit more aggressive, like what we're seeing from Johns. I think if he doesn't do that, I think they're going to be in big trouble in this matchup. Oh, I think that ball caught the last eighth of the line. been a long day for these players. You know, the senior mix, we started at 8 o'clock this morning. This group here, this event started at 10 a.m. and it is now 7:12 local time here in the Mountain Time Zone in beautiful Mesa, Arizona, just east of Phoenix by about 16 miles.
So just a reminder that that Johns and Jardim are coming out of the losers bracket. So that will mean, since Kovalova and Wright, since they're undefeated, I should say, if Johns and Jardim are able to win this game, best 2 out of 3, they're going to play one more game, a race to 15. And earlier, when Kovalova and Wright, they were the ones who knocked out Jardim and Johns from the main draw in a victory that went 7-11, 11-4, 11-9. So I think, Dave, it's fair to say that this is likely to be a pretty tight affair out here.
I think Johns wants that one back. He drove it high to the right forehand, and that is a recipe for disaster.
3-6-1.
3-6-1 is a score. Lucy serves to Simone.
And let's take a second to talk about these partnerships, Mark, because we all know Matt and Lucy have always played together since they started playing pickleball, and they have no plans to dissolve this partnership. And Ben and Simone is a recent partnership that started towards the end of last year, and they plan to play all of these PPA events together as well as the majors. So this is a matchup that we could see in the gold medal match and winners brackets finals a lot. Oh, terrific cover by Simone there.
Yeah, no, in preparing for this tournament and taking a look at the draws and taking a look at the partnerships that are lined up, there were a lot of exciting matchups to me. Some players that we haven't seen together before. You know, that example earlier of Tyson, McGuffin, and Riley Newman, we're going to see them play together. And that's a new partnership on the men's side.
7-3-2.
And yeah, it's just so exciting to see.
In fact, they just won the Hawaiian Open
That's right.
about a month ago, beating Yates and Johns in the gold medal match.
Which is no easy feat.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Matt Wright tries the slippery down the line,
8-3 TV time.
sort of around the
that
post. We're gonna
missed by a ball.
but just by one ball. Okay, we're going to take a look. We're going to go measure it. We'll be back in a moment more here from the PPA Grand Slam Qualifier here in Mesa, Arizona. Stay close.
The day before I start match day in pickleball, I make sure I have all my electrolytes. I would use the normal sports drinks that I grew up using. I started taking Jigsaw electrolytes. It's been beneficial and helped my game improve a lot. I know that throughout the day I'm going to be fine for those 12 to 14 hours if it takes that long. My body's going to hold up. So that was great, not having to worry about one more thing besides just playing pickleball.
And we're back live here. Mark Renison alongside Dave Weinbach here in Mesa.
Time back in on.
We're at the Pro Pickleball Association Grand Slam Qualifier.
8-3-2. That third clips the net. I didn't think Simone had to hit that shot. I thought that ball from Wright was going long.
Yep, may have been a little bit of a misjudgment there.
And then she hesitated and didn't really commit to the shot.
8-1.
3-8-1 is the score, right? Kovalova,
Point.
not much of a bounce off that ball. You were saying earlier, Dave, that sometimes
4-8-1.
you don't always get a consistent bounce. That's one of the things that is interesting about pickleball, and especially the Dura 40. It is the kind of ball that sort of changes shape a little bit as time goes on, and we talked about how it can warm up, it can cool down, and so it really brings an interesting dynamic to the sport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once in a while we see a ball that bounces kind of right in the middle of one of these little holes on the ball, and it just doesn't seem to come up. Amazingly, it doesn't happen very often when you think about how many little holes are on these balls.
8-4-1, Simone Jardim.
Of course, we are using the Dura Fast 40 ball. It is the official ball of the Professional Pickleball Association, made by Onyx Sports.
9-4-1.
That's going to
There's
sit
an
wide.
around the post opportunity, but that's because the ball is too wide. It's going to be a point. That sets up game point here, 10-4-1. Simone Jardim looking to take an early lead here in this gold medal match.
I personally, Mark, do not understand the need from these players to challenge Ben Johns. I'm absolutely surprised today. This is the fourth match I've seen Ben and Simone play, and it's amazing to me how these players want to challenge Ben's hands. He's got the best hands in the game.
Point.
The ball is just out, and that's going to be game number 1 that goes to Jardim and Johns. We're going to take a quick break. The players are going to talk about their strategy, and we're going to be back with more here. Game number 2, Pro Pickleball Association Grand Slam Qualifier in Mesa, Arizona.
And any ones he got, he would have to really hunt down.
And welcome back to Championship Court here at the Mesa Tennis Center. Mark Renison alongside Dave the Badger Weinbach, and we are watching gold medal pickleball here. This is the championship match between Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright, and Simone Jardim and Ben Johns, who just won game number 1 in this race to 3.
And Mike McGuire from the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area has joined us. Good to have you with us, Mike. Please, folks, as you're watching, click that share button and that like button so more people can enjoy all this great action here from the inaugural PPA event in the Mesa Tennis Center.
Side out.
There's a side out. Simone Jardim is going to take over serving duties. She's going to deliver here to Kovalova on this chilly Friday night.
Oh, my God. What a stretch. Oh, unbelievable.
Johns jumps the corner, and while they try to retrieve that ball from the stands, I'm going to remind you about some of the important sponsors we have that help to make this tournament possible. Onyx Pickleball, Vulcan, Paddle Tick, C&D Pickleball Nets, and we'll tell you about a few more in a moment.
We appreciate the comments about the quality of the video.
It's from Carl Schmitz and the team at Pro Pickleball Media, as well as Steve Taylor and Digital Spatula. And the Logitech equipment that they use to bring this crystal clear video and audio. Ben Johns just gets handcuffed on that forehand hip side. Lucy Kovalova always happy to swing away on that two-handed backhand.
2-0-2.
Boy, a lot of slice and side spin on that right backhand return to Jardim. It makes that third shot so much tougher. Another great stab volley by Johns. That's what I'm talking about, Mark, to see if Matt does more of that. I think he's going to have to play more aggressively for them to win this match. She'll get this.
That ball handcuffs Wright. Another good location. Wright takes over serving 0-2-2 is the score. After Jardim and Johns win game number 1. Johns and Jardim coming out of the back draw, so even if they do manage to win this match, they're going to have to win another run to 15 to take home the gold and the $5,000 in prize money.
That's a rare backhand miss hit into the net by Matt Wright. He usually loves that backhand slice cross court, one of his best shots. And this is what I thought we'd see more of, quite honestly, Mark Renneson, is these cross-court forehand battles with Simone and Lucy, and where the guys try to insert themselves into the match.
Right. Wright can't call that ball out, not quite sure. Good sportsmanship all around. It was pretty close, tough to call. Deceptive little shot there, and from our position on the court, pretty tough to see whether that ball hits the line or not.
Folks, if you can't definitively call the ball out, it is in. You have to have direct knowledge to be able to call that ball out and be sure. Otherwise, the ball is in.
0-1.
Not sure what that shout was.
You know what? People get fired up here, Dave.
Oh, that's
Here
going
at
to
this
sell
PPA
wine.
Grand Slam qualifier, they get excited.
That's an example of
All right.
Ben Johns makes you go for a lot. And Matt could have easily put that ball 3 feet into the court, probably for a winner. But Ben makes you go for more than what you need to. That's what great players do.
5-0-1. Johns and Jardim applying a lot of pressure. Got to think there's going to be a timeout here if they miss that ball, which they did. And there's the timeout. All right, we're going to take a quick hydration break as well, powered by Jigsaw Health. We'll be back in a moment with more of game number 2. Well, between that guy that yelled and what sounded like a bunch of cats over there.
I couldn't tell who yelled. I almost thought it was Matt.
I did too for a second.
It was weird.
Might have been.
Time in on 6-0-1.
6-0-1, Jardim serves to Kovalova. They're trying to extend their lead here in this best 2 out of 3 game. That's a kitchen violation. Both referees called at the same time.
And a quick shout out to our 2 referees, Peter and Don. Thanks to all the great referees and volunteers that have joined us this week, Mark, because these tournaments could not happen without them, and the players really appreciate everything they do. And that ball's coming right into the broadcast booth. I'm hearing from the producer in the truck that we are now down to 61 degrees with a 3-mile-an-hour wind.
Also, we're over 600 viewers, which is amazing. Do you think we can get it up to 700, Dave?
Let's do this.
If we get to 700, will you buy me a beer?
I will buy you 3 beers.
All right, folks.
But to
you
do
heard- you
that,
heard
to
it
do that, we
here.
need people to go out and click that share button so more people can enjoy all this great action here in the gold medal match here at the first inaugural PPA tournament in Mesa, Arizona. Oh, great hands by Matt Wright.
All right, if that's a great jumping the corner. Both Jardim and Johns jumped the corner there. I think they were okay on both sides. Well, you heard it straight from the mouth of the Badger. If you want to get your friendly neighborhood broadcaster a beer or 3, let's see if we can get those numbers up to 700. Hit that share button as Ben serves at 9-0-2.
Nice deep volley by Lucy there. That is not coming back.
I was going to say, Dave, we have a couple more sponsors that we want to thank. Pickleball Central, Selkirk Sport, Third Shot Sports, Pro Kenix, K-Swiss, Creamy's Ice Cream, Durafast 40, and Jigsaw Health for helping to make this tournament and the whole PPA tour such a great part of pickleball. Lucy Kovalova
Lucy.
takes care of business with that high forehand volley. Gets the ball down into the dirt where it's almost impossible to return.
Speaking of both these refs, they are both hail out of Nashville, Tennessee. The pickleball hotbed that it is. Oh, I think Matt hit an out ball there.
All right, so Beth, we'll talk about this after, maybe in game number 3.
9-1-1.
Oh, you're predicting a game 3.
Well, if we go to 15, I don't like to chat too much when we're getting close to game point or match point.
Second server.
So what happens, Mark, if Simone and Ben do win the best 2 out of 3 games here in this gold medal match?
Point.
Did you ask me what happens?
Yes.
Oh, there's gonna be a race.
Timeout. 1 minute.
Okay, there's gonna be a quick timeout here. We're gonna stay with this while we describe what's gonna happen here. And so, Dave, if this goes to if Jardim and Johns are able to win this match, that will only be the first loss for Kovalova and Wright. And so that means someone's got to lose another game to be knocked into silver. So they're going to play 1 game to 15, a race to 15. First team to get to 15, winning by 2, is going to take home the gold and $5,000.
And in case you're wondering, the teams will switch sides at 8 points in that tiebreaker. So no team has any advantage, disadvantage due to lighting or wind or sun in that tiebreaker. So that's important to know.
All right, Rob Noonan says he's going to hit share and encourage other people to do because he wants the Badger to buy. We're up to 637, Dave. We're creeping our way to 639.
These commentators have been busy
Come on, guys.
these mics since 10 a.m. They deserve.
Let's get us to 700, folks.
They deserve some refreshments.
Larry says, congrats on your gold today, Dave. Okay, 10-1-2.
Thanks, Larry.
Match point here. Simone Jardim to Matt Wright. Ben Johns goes with the firepower, but Lucy defends well. And that's a side out.
1-10-1.
1-10-1. I got to think right now that Lucy and Matt trying to put together something positive here.
It looked like Lucy changed her mind at the last second there and didn't really commit to that shot, and that's why she hit it about 5 feet too high.
Point.
Jardim gets that ball in a little bit too tight to her body. Can't get it back over the net. Trying to do something constructive here, Kovalova and Wright.
2-10-2. Of course, Lucy and Simone teamed up for a gold yesterday in the women's doubles. And Matt and Ben are teaming up tomorrow in the men's pro doubles. And there are so many great teams tomorrow. I think we have 34 teams in our men's pro doubles tomorrow. I'm teaming up with the fellow Canadian of yours, Steve Deacon. Always look forward to playing with the Beaver Deacon, we call him. That's not a ball that is an attackable ball. I think Ben needs to be a little bit more patient, wait for the right one. Of course, when it's 10-1, you can do anything you want to do.
10-2-2, Ben Johns serving. Match point again, and that looks like it just barely caught the line. Wow. Jardim and Johns working so hard to finish off this match. Lucy Kovalova dodges that ball, doesn't even touch the ponytail. That ball lands out of bounds, and there's going to be a side out. Lucy gets to serve again.
2-10-1.
2-10-1.
Second server.
That ball just a little bit too low. Would have been a tough ball for Ben to handle. Dipping.
2-10-2.
2-10-2. Oh, right. Fires it.
Wait for the hard serve down the middle at 2-10.
Right, again, he's It's really wearing down the tape on both the left and right side of the court with that little backhand poke.
I really think at this point, Matt and Lucy are looking ahead to the tie-breaking game to 15. And I don't think they want to give away too much energy here in this game, both mental and physical energy. People don't realize, Mark, how much it takes out of you mentally when you play these matches. There's so many decisions that you have to make.
There we go. That was a smart decision by Wright to put that ball into the first row of the bleachers. Great angle by him. Ben John's going to try to close it out here with a serve. Tough return.
Honestly, I thought we'd see more of this, Mark, in this match.
Ben Johns gets the ball off the chest. Not even an apology from Lucy. That's going to be a side out. And again, Kovalova, right, they're hanging tough here as we've got 671 people watching.
All these players are good friends. One of the real unique things, Mark, that in pickleball is on the court we all want to destroy each other and we all compete really hard. But off the court, everybody's friends. We all hang out in the players' lounge in the VIP area and tell stories and talk about life and even a lot of non-pickleball stuff. And in fact, right before this match, about an hour and a half ago, the four of these guys and us, and we're talking back there about non-pickleball things.
There's another match point here for Johns and Jardim, looking to send this to a decisive 15-point tiebreaker. Uh-oh. Matt Wright, Lucy Kovalova not going away, making them work for it.
We were talking the other day watching Lucy how she loves to step to her right, and she unloads on that two-handed backhand, which of course is her favorite shot to hit. And there's a perfect example of it. When she steps to her right, there's really no way anybody can get the ball to her forehand.
All right, don't go anywhere because this is only the first loss of the day for Kovalova and Wright. So guess what? This event is going the distance. There's going to be a race to 15 for the gold medal match, for the gold medal, and for the $5,000 in prize money. Dave, we got to 682. I bet you when we come back for the conclusion of this, we can hit that 700 mark, and we can get
First one to 15.
a little beverage back here.
The first ever PPA gold medal.
Let all your friends know that they are going to see
Make sure
a real heavyweight
his live
battle
feed
here
on
coming up
Facebook, Pro
in this race to
Pickleball.
15. Look at that.
And
Gets
you
them right in the...
Could win a Matt and Lucy signed paddle.
All right, we're going to go to a quick break. We're going to be back, and when we do return, the race to 15 for $5,000. Stay close.
All right, are you feeling it? Let them know you're feeling it.
Between Third Shot Sports, the Pickleball Lab, and Pickleball Coaching International, we got you covered.
That's right. The final level. This is level 8-4 on Super Mario. You gotta get all the way to the dragon. We got a wave. Well, we know who the real pickleball lovers are, don't we? You might call us addicts. The first step is admitting that you have a problem. It's a race to 15. Let's hope, hopefully it's before it goes to 32 degrees.
And we're back live, 0-0-2 in this race to 15. Lucy Kovalova, Matt Wright, battling with Ben Johns and Simone Jardim. First team to get to 15 points is going to win the gold medal, $5,000 here at this first stop on the PPA Tour here in Mesa, Arizona. I'm your host, Mark Rennison, alongside Dave Weinbach, who's been with me throughout this match. And Dave, any predictions for not necessarily who's going to come out on top, but any adjustments that we're going to see from either team?
Well, as we said earlier, I think if Matt doesn't get a little more active and a little bit more aggressive and leaning to his right and trying to capture some more forehand balls, I think it's going to be really tough for them. I didn't hear a call there.
Simone put up her hand, called that ball out.
Okay.
She got a little bit lucky. Well, luck or skill, I'm not really sure, but that ball caught off the top of the net.
I have to give a slight edge to Ben and Simone because it seems to me that Ben is inserting himself a lot more than Matt. Of course, he is less than half of Matt Wright's age. Let's not forget.
That's right, that's right. Amazing what these players, that ball catches the top of the net and goes out. And Dave, I just want you to take a quick little peek over at the number of viewers that we've got going right now. Where are we at, Mark?
0-0-1.
Need to get to 700.
700, but you know what? We just came back after that little commercial break, right? The players had a rest to get set for this match, so we're trying to get to 700 right now. Dave and I have a little incentive program going. Meanwhile, back to the match, and we see great dinking here from these players, not just power players by any stretch.
Yeah, this is a part of Lucy's game that has seen tremendous improvement in the last year as her dinking, specifically her forehand cross court. There we saw a lob serve from Matt, which I like to switch up serves. I like to change pace. I like to change height. I like to change up the location. One of the phrases I use a lot, Mark, in pickleball is don't be a predictable player.
0-0-1.
Yeah, good idea to keep your opponents guessing. Gives them one more thing to worry about if they don't know what's coming. Ben, we know what's coming there when Ben John gets a high forehand. He's going to put that down and put that away hard. A couple comments we saw out here. Someone was asking earlier about the 2 referees and no line judges. The decision was made to have these 2 refs here, one who runs the show, and the other, in this case Don Stanley, who's going to take care of kitchen violations. And as for the no line judges, these pros trust each other. As you were saying, Dave, before, there's personal relationships as well as these professional ones. And 2, I was talking with Jennifer Dawson earlier, one of the senior pro players out here, and she was saying, she was agreeing with me that these players are so used to seeing balls travel at these speeds, this close to the line with this much spin, is that very often, sometimes the line judges may not have as much experience seeing that kind of ball being hit.
We really feel, Mark, that we can call the lines, we meaning the players, can call the lines much more efficiently than the lines judges. And that's because we're tracking the ball better, we're used to the pace and the speed, as you referenced, and we just made a decision, we meaning the PPA, to not have lines judges. And today it's worked out really well. He might catch up to this.
That ball sail is just a little bit long. Once again, Ben Johns shows us why he's one of the best in the business when it comes to tracking down balls. Such a great shot that our DJ Pickles just could barely contain himself over here. Really impressive play early on here in this race to 15. That ball catches the top of the net. That's going to be a point for Kovalova and Wright.
1-3-1.
1-3-1 is the score. If you like this match, be sure to hit share. Let your friends know so they can see some of it. Ben Johns misfires off there. And tomorrow, you're going to want to watch the live streaming as well. We've got men's pro and senior pro doubles happening.
Is it tough to see?
As well as we've got the singles on Sunday.
2-3-1.
I think Matt was just referring to it's tough to see with some of these lower lights here at the Mesa Tennis Center.
Second server.
That ball lands in the court.
2-3-2.
2-3-2 is the score. Matt Wright serving. Reminder, this is a race to 15. First team to get to 15 will get the gold medal and $5,000. And that one of these players is going to be adding to it because Simone and Lucy partnered up last night to win the gold medal and the cash.
There's that return. Talked about this yesterday. That short, low return can be really effective because it's not an attackable shot. Oh, look at the hands. Wow. Ben anticipated that hard backhand from Matt really well. He was sitting on it.
2-1.
That was an impressive display right there. Until you play against Matt Wright, you don't realize how hard he's hitting that when he slaps that backhand cross court.
Lucy gets touched with the ball there. That's going to be a point for Jardim and Johns. We had a question from Stefan Hans Maloney asking about the cameras and streaming. The cameras are provided by Logitech, and the streaming service is provided by Carl Schmitz and the team over at Pro Pickleball Media. That's what you're watching this on, or you can find Pro Pickleball Media. You can always send them a message if you want more details than that. But I'm so happy, Dave, that the PPA and Pro Pickle Media are able to bring this great quality coverage, not just for this one tournament, but for all 7 on the PPA Tour.
Yeah, I really wanted Carl involved. You know, he does a great job in bringing Steve on board. Steve Taylor is just fantastic, a very talented individual, and we appreciate your expertise as well with all the great commentary that's gone all week long and the tremendous amount of folks that have been able to enjoy these live streams. I think that ball caught the line.
Lucy Kovalova enjoyed that forehand winner from her partner, Matt Wright, right through the middle there. Ball catches inside the line, and that's going to be
2-5-1.
2-5-1 with Kovalova serving. Reminder, this is a race to 15. Both teams have only lost one match today. Matt Wright comes out on top there.
And that's kind of what we're talking about, how I'd like to see Matt get a little bit more involved, meaning I want to see him insert himself more in what I call hunt down some more shots. Take a little pressure off of Lucy, who's gotten about 90% of the balls in this game. It's a lot of pressure, Mark, when you're the player that's getting picked on. And you and I have talked about the mentality of this. And I think it's very important for the partner to try to help out and support that. Because it's not just physically, it's mentally, it just wears you down when you're getting 90% of the shots. And Matt does such a good job of supporting Lucy mentally. I sure would like to see him get a little bit more involved with inserting himself in.
We did see a great down the line lob over the backhand side of Ben Johns, shot that we saw the previous Nationals. Oh, look at that.
Mark, look at where we are at with our viewers.
728.
Let's keep going. Let's get to 800.
No, that's not possible, Dave. 800?
All these people have to do is click that share button. That's going to sail wide.
Yeah, Ben still ran it down just in case. Yeah, thanks, Rochelle, for the note. Yeah, we are indeed over 700. That means
5-3-1.
my parched mouth will be satisfied sooner or later. Thanks. All jokes aside, thanks to all of you for sharing this. I mean, it's a real testament to what you think about the quality of this broadcast from the team
5-3-2.
over at Pro Pickleball and Digital Spatula and PPA for making this happen. So thanks for doing that. Keep it up, both tonight and tomorrow when we go into the men's doubles pro and senior pro events. Jennifer LaCour is happy about we got 700. Jennifer LaCour,
6-3-2.
no stranger to the pickleball court.
SoCal, I call her. We miss you, Jen. Wish you were here. Oh, there's a terrific drive by Ben to the Matt Wright backhand. Matt was leaning middle, which is what he's been doing this entire match, trying to capture some of those middle balls with his forehand, and Ben caught him off guard there.
7-3-2 in this race to 15. Jennifer LaCour, we mentioned a second ago, real sort of pickleball royalty, Dave, but also the author of a really important book on the history of pickleball.
3-7-1.
If you're a pickleball aficionado and you're watching this, and it might be a book you'd be interested in picking up.
Oh, great defense. I mean, Lucy hit two tremendous drives there.
Simone Jardim picks up a couple good shots of her own against Kovalova. Ben Johns puts away that high overhead. So good at creating
Thank
speed
you,
in that
Gloria
position.
Koss, for joining us. I appreciate your comments. You know, we're having a lot of fun in this broadcast booth. It's been a long day for Mark Renison. I don't know how he has a voice left. He's been here since 10 a.m.
Side out.
Yeah, you know what? One of the things we've had a few people ask me about that, and I'm fortunate because
7-3-1.
you know I make my living primarily through coaching pickleball, and when you're coaching all day on the court, you know 8 or 10 hours of speaking isn't that uncommon, and usually you don't have the luxury of a microphone in your face either. So it's been a real treat to be here with you and the other people we've had in the booth.
7-3-2.
Let's get back to this match as Simone Jardim serves at 7-3-2 in this race to 15 and gold.
All right, these players will switch sides now. It'll be 8-3
1 minute.
on the second serve.
Are you ready for
It's not a timeout. They'll just switch sides. They get about 1 minute.
We'll do a quick shout out to some of the sponsors. Jigsaw Health, who not only provide great drinks for the players and the fans here, but also the DJ services here. Patrick Sullivan, the CEO of Jigsaw Health, is providing the music. Durafast 40 is the official ball of the Pro Pickleball Association. Creamy's Ice Cream has been keeping people fed a little more often earlier today when it was hotter out than now. K-Swiss Shoes, incredibly comfortable footwear. Pro Connects paddles. We see a number of players out here using those. Third Shot Sports, that's me. Pickleball Central for all your pickleball goods needs. Selkirk Sport, we are pickleball. C&D Pickleball Nets,
8-3-2.
Paddletech, Vulcan, and Onyx, all partners that make it possible to run the best quality pickleball tournament we can here at the PPA. Back to the match now.
This is the pattern I thought we'd see actually a lot more of. Oh, and there is a Lucy Kovalova unleashed two-handed
That is a
backhand.
wicked backhand she's got there. Gotta watch out for it.
3-8-1.
Simone did a really good job of getting that ball down. She took a little pace off, rolled it with some topspin, and got the ball down. And that's a really good lesson for you viewers. In this game of pickleball, the location you hit the ball can oftentimes be much more important than the pace that you hit it with.
Good location there from Kovalova. She saw the opening that was created when Ben Johns tried to jump the corner. Simone Jardim couldn't quite get there in time.
4-8-2.
If you're not sure the score looks unfamiliar to you, like we had from one viewer, it's because in the beginning, in the first match of this gold medal final, Jardim and Johns were able to win those 2 games. But because Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova hadn't lost prior to this, and it is a double elimination tournament, this is now a race to 15. So what you're seeing in the score box is actually the 3rd game, which will be a race to 15. Matt is so strong on that.
He is as good as anybody with that shot. He makes that look a lot harder than it is. That high backhand, to get that much power on that angle and put that ball away consistently like he does, is very difficult shot, and he's the best in the game at it.
All right, we're going to take a quick hydration break as well. We're going to go to a quick break. We're going to be back with more here in the final gold medal pro mixed doubles.
People have this conception that pickleball, oh, that's an old person's sport, but I don't think they realize how physically demanding it is with those quick bursts and long, grueling points. The first U.S. Open, I found myself cramping in 2 different events. When you start cramping, it's too late. And when I first started playing, I wasn't ready for that. The biggest difference I feel on the court with Jigsaw products is I'm not cramping at all. It gives you that mental confidence that your body's going to hold up. Jigsaw products will provide a lot of value to you both on and off the court.
Yeah.
So we got a big check for everyone. We're going to take the picture out
Timing
here.
on 6-8-2.
6-8-2 is the score here in this race to 15 and $5,000. That's going to be trouble. That ball stays in. Lucy Kovalova doing a little support of her partner over there.
Great
Giving
move
that the
by
high five.
Wright.
7-8.
Loves to roll that backhand. You know, we talked earlier about both. I think Ben and Matt have the best combination in the game of not only quick hands, but the most powerful hands in the game. And that's a really tough combination. And them partnering up tomorrow in the men's pro, obviously they'll be the #1 seed. And that's going to be a really, really tough team to challenge tomorrow. I really have them, Mark, as a heavy favorite to capture the gold medal tomorrow here on Men's Pro Doubles Day and Senior Men's Pro Doubles Day at the inaugural Professional Pickleball Association's event here at the Mesa Tennis Center just east of downtown Phoenix. Oh, she waited as long as she could to generate that angle to go around the post, but just couldn't quite execute that shot.
All right, T.L. Reinhardt is asking about the kitchen not being a more definitive color on the court they're playing. This is pretty standard. I mean, you're right. You have seen other examples of courts that have different color palettes on them. You know, different decisions are made for aesthetic reasons, sometimes for broadcast reasons. That's a great down-the-line forehand from Lucy Kovalova. I mean, the players know where they are in the kitchen and when they aren't, and so that white line is enough of a definitive one. But you're right. It's no accounting for taste. 7-9-1. Kovalova looks to drive that 3rd shot and drop the 5th.
Okay, let's see if one of the guys can kind of maybe take one extra step and get over there.
Didn't need
Lucy
to for that one.
Lucy challenging Ben there. Wouldn't recommend that strategy.
7-9-2.
7-9-2 is the score here. We're in a race to 15. That is a tough drive.
Wow. What a block by Jardim to get that ball down in the kitchen. That's a lot tougher than Simone just made that indicate. I think that
Kovalova calls
sailed
that ball just
wide.
wide.
It looked wide to me.
Point.
Yeah, that ball's
I know not that rule.
ball was called. Ball was called wide. Everyone agreed that the ball was wide, not by much.
8-9-2.
8-9-2. Sarah Wiggins, who's asking which paddle the Onyx players are using. You can definitely find that out if you go to the Onyx website, I bet. It is the signature paddles for Lucy and Matt. The ball catches the top of the net, and there's a side out.
9-8-1.
9-8-1. Ben Johns serving. Race to 15. The winning team will get gold and $5,000 in prize money. The silver medalists will split $2,500.
10-8-1.
And remember, folks, this is 1 game to 15, and you must win by 2. This is what I thought Matt would try to do a little earlier tonight. He's waited until really the last, portion of this match.
11-8-1. Ben rips the serve, catches the top of the net. They're going to replay that. It's like a little equipment malfunction for Wright. That's taken care of. 11-8-1.
Yeah, smart decision by Lucy there. Ben tries to bait you into going behind him like that. Right on cue. It's like they can hear us, Mark.
So Ben, just to elaborate on what Dave was talking about, Ben, by leaning to the middle there,
12-8-1.
sort of suggesting that there was an opening down the line, but Ben's ready for it. So quick to get back. 12-8-1. Jardim and Johns threatening here to pull away.
Yep. Yeah,
And that ball lands in. Dave, can you look at our viewership numbers now, please?
This is awesome, Mark. This is awesome. I mean,
Over 800.
it's just fantastic that people are getting to watch such high-level pickleball. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this in the history of our game in pro mixed doubles. Look at that get.
Jeez. Oh, what a deceptive shot. That ball lands just inside the line.
What a touch.
Not much margin for error there, but Ben Johns finds just the place to put that ball.
13-8-2.
13-8-2. Simone Jardim serving here.
This is
Race to
as good of a
15.
match, Mark, as I've ever seen in mixed doubles in pickleball. And I think you're going to see this matchup a lot more in the next year.
Lucy can't quite get to that ball in time. This is the chance here. We're now...
Matt Wright did not come and poach that last shot because he thought that Johns was going to slice a backhand behind him.
We have a championship point here. 14-8-2. Championship point for the gold and $5,000. Jardim and Johns looking to close it out.
Oh, it was there around the post.
Oh, Johns and Jardim, they take gold at the inaugural PPA event here, the Grand Slam Qualifier in Mesa, Arizona. Gold medal and $5,000. Lucy Kovalova went for that around the post shot to keep them alive. Couldn't quite do it. What a match this was. Be sure to stay close right here. I'm going to do we're going to do the encore presentation. I'm going to do a quick chat with the players. What a real treat. If you're not able to stay with us, be sure to come back tomorrow when we watch the men's pro and senior pro event.
What
I'm
an
gonna be back
incredible
here.
match we just got to witness with the 4 best mixed doubles players we have in the game. What a fantastic event. And boy, our broadcast booth had the best seat in the house, right at center court behind the baseline. And boy, this center court is set up so nicely. Today, all day long, we had 400 plus people in these bleachers and probably another 150 plus people standing and sitting courtside here at the inaugural event in the PPA. Thank you all for joining us.
It just started last week. We made it all the way to the end.
What an incredible day of pickleball. Thank you to Carl Schmidt, Steve Taylor for bringing us all this live great action. We're going to do a quick medal ceremony here. And we are going to sign off here. But folks, don't go far, because tomorrow we are going to bring you the live action. Tomorrow is Men's Pro Doubles Day and Senior Pro Doubles Day. The action is going to start at 8 a.m. Stay tuned all day for this live action. We are targeting the gold medal matches tomorrow to be starting at 4 p.m. So, folks, stay tuned. Thanks for joining us on all this great live action. For Carl Schmidt, Steve Taylor, Mark Renison, this is Dave the Badger Weinbach signing off. Good night, everybody.
All right, first up, our bronze medalists coming in third, check for $1,200, Riley and Lindsay Newman. Yeah! Let's hear it. Round of applause for our bronze medalists today. Our silver medalists today fought hard throughout the day with a check for $2,500. Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova. Let's have a round of applause for our silver medalists, Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova. She, of course, was also the Women's Pro Doubles champion yesterday, along with her partner, Simone Jardim. Speaking of Simone Jardim, here we have our gold medalists, Simone Jardim and Ben Johns. Congratulations to the two of you, as well as a check for $5,000. From Simone and Ben, congratulations out there. You fought hard, you played well. What an exciting way to race to 15. You know the fans loved it, the fans at home loved it as well.
I mean, Medics played really well earlier on, and we all been there in that situation where they were class trying to suck, but in the situation, and then when the game of 15, it takes a little bit, but I feel like we were ahead already, and
that's how it goes.
PPA staff, if you have any radios, please
men's doubles tomorrow.
referee desk.
Yeah,
thank you.
Partnering up with the guy that I just beat. So.
And if someone has found a $20 bill, please turn that into the referee desk. Or a 50.
Thanks to PPA. It's fantastic. It's only probably going to get better.
Well, we know that we're looking forward to watching tomorrow, and be sure whether you're watching here in person with us or at home, make sure you let all your friends know about it, share it on Facebook and elsewhere. And for everyone in the broadcasters today and the PPA, I'm Mark Renison, and we will see you here tomorrow.